This year I've played a lot of third-person shooter games and man, literally I can't get enough. They are so addictive, and especially around the Christmas period, I'm just in my element.
Can you help me with something?
Can a man not get any peace?
So let's run through these top 10 third-person shooter games that you need to play on your PS5. If your partner lets you.
Anton, can you help me with something?
Els, man, I want to game.
I finished the tree, now we can watch a movie.
Oh my...
Ah, no. I want some game time.
All done.
Don't destroy the tree. Why would you do that? All for gaming. This is your first Christmas together in this house.
Now I want a game. Oh no, what happened?
Anton!
Now in number 10, a lot of you might be surprised that I'm saying this, but The Last of Us Part 2 is on this list. Now guys, I know some of you think I'm still salty about The Last of Us Part 2 in the story. Well, I still am. I don't care. I hate that game. No flipping. Now, I'll be honest, this game is probably some of the best gameplay there is in a modern video game. But even if you're like me and you do not like the story, that no return mode they did is unbelievable. It is so fun and addictive. It just needs flipping co-op mode. And plus you get to play as Joel again. This is like a roguelike mode, which is very creative. You get to pick your favorite characters once you unlock them. So playing as Ellie, you will choose the run you go in order to get to the big boss at the end, and you can then unlock new characters. And as you go along on your run, you unlock new weapons, new perks. You get to choose which ones you're gonna pick, and this will help you on your run. If you do die, then that's it. You have to start again, and it is so addictive. There's so many weird modifiers on the levels, like a mirror effect when I was playing as Tommy, and each character feels so different. Tommy with that damn rifle is just unbelievable. They do feel so different. The only thing I wish they did with this game is put a co-op mode. If this literally just had one more player. In number 9, we have Dead Space Remake, and if you're a fan of the horror genre, this is a remake that was so well deserved out of all the games in this generation of remakes. There is a total of 7 weapons you will get throughout the game, and this game's combat is just so much fun. There are so many different enemy types, which is crazy. You have the standard necromorphs in the game, and they are quite easy to take down, but there are quite a few hard ones in the game that will require more strategy, stronger weapons. You can upgrade your weapons in this game, and it's been such a long time since I played this. You have the contact beam and the force gun that are probably the strongest weapons in the game, if I remember. It's a story-driven game with addictive gunplay, the lighting, the movement, the different environments. Now at number 8, one of the first games I did play on my PS5 was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and gosh, I haven't played this since 2021. The first one I did really enjoy, but this is so much more of an improvement from the first game, and this is a must play on your PS5 or the PS5 Pro. The gunplay is incredibly addictive, it's colorful, you get a lot of freaking weapons in this game. There are so many weapons that I still haven't bought or tried out. You're gonna need more than one playthrough. There are so many enemies that you will come up against, and the combat is just crazy. When there are so many enemies coming at you, you're gonna need to use all of your weapons. There are 20 weapons in the game, like the migraine weapon, which is like a sniper sort of gun, which I didn't actually get down to using. The lightning strike weapon was one of my favorites, and you cannot go wrong with this game. What was the most fun was the pirate arena. This was so much fun, where you get to complete levels and you have to go through certain waves of enemies. This was so addictive, and if you do get that PS5 Pro, you can enjoy the background audience in the crowd.
For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer. And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher resolution throughout the scene.
You see a
including the
difference?
trees and procedural.
Not really.
Now, number 7, Resident Evil 4. That's one of the games that just screams out to me. There is so much replay value with this because there are so many upgrades for the weapons. You will not upgrade all of them in the first playthrough. They added microtransactions when they released the damn game after all the reviews came out. But I think I basically upgraded 10% of my weapons. That's how hard they make it. But there are over 29 weapons to use, and there are a mixture of standard handguns, shotguns, rifles, knives, grenades. There's so much. You can even parry with Leon's knife. And some of these enemies, man, this is a hard game if you're playing it on hard. The hardest ones are the ones where you have to use that scope so you can see where to shoot them. Otherwise, if you don't, oh my gosh, I think they were the scariest ones in that game. Like, the environments in this game feels so realistic. It is so immersive. You have that mode where you can hit targets, and I remember spending so much time trying to get the best score. This was so much fun. And there is even a DLC with it where you play as Ada Wong. Nice.
Nice.
What?
But you could also play Resident Evil 8 because they added a third person mode. Really loved that in first person. I wonder if it's any good in third person. Now, Uncharted 4 will forever be one of my favorite franchises. The first Uncharted game was the first game I played on my PS3, and I was amazed. I recommend playing the whole series if you can. If you play Uncharted 4, you won't know much of the backstory with some of these characters. The fourth one, for me, by far the best in terms of gameplay and gunplay. It's like playing a movie, but a movie that isn't depressing. Because you remember when Naughty Dog used to actually make upbeat games? Do you remember that? It's been a while. Apart from the combat being so good in this game and with all the different weapons you get, it's such an upbeat game. Yes, Nathan Drake kills a lot of people. They're mostly mercenaries. It's some light-hearted fun. And with all the remakes going on in the world, it just makes you think, why didn't you remake the first Uncharted? I don't understand why you never did that. It's crazy how much you've remade and remastered and remade and redesigned and re-rolled and whatever of The Last of Us. I wonder what that new remaster of the Intergalactic game is going to look like.
Okay, Neil, Mr. Druckmann, when should we release trailer 2?
And I want you to turn off the comments as well. I'll forget them. And before you release that trailer 2, why don't we show them the trailer of the remastered remake of Intergalactic? That will get them talking.
How does that even work?
Oh yes, this is getting a remaster and a remake before the actual game comes out. So they're just going to make them think. Because we're going to release the actual PS5 game on the PS6. But the remake first, then the remaster, then the original.
What has happened to this company? Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. He needs to go. He needs to go.
Guys, just want to say a Merry Christmas. I hope you have an amazing Christmas holiday season. Happy New Year from Love Gaming Neutro. A massive thank you to everyone who has supported this year. This year, we have got over 12,000 new subscribers. We have got over 2.6 million views this year. We have uploaded around 165 videos, 72,000 likes, over 8,000 comments, and 3,290 shares. Oh my gosh, people actually share the video. The goal next year is to make it to 100,000 subscribers, is to make it to full time. But if you do want to help out the channel further, you can just hit a like. That will be more than enough. But you can also hit a super thanks in YouTube. I am over at Buy Me a Coffee, and if you want to become a member, you do get priority to replies, you do get loyalty badges, you do get early access to videos, and you get to see unseen footage as well. But I just want to say from me to you, thank you for supporting. The aim's to do this for the rest of our life. We will get there. Now, number 5, GTA 5's on this list. You're probably thinking,
My gosh, this game's still going?
yeah, it is. You cannot go wrong with this game. Although it's been a long time since I played it, this still holds up so much value. And I'm talking more about the story. When I did start this game again, I just remember going to the gun range and just practicing shooting. It was so much fun. It's the little things in this game that makes it so damn fun. I'm sure everyone's played this. Who doesn't want to run over and kill loads of civilians and hookers, or today's name, they will be called Only Fangirls. There are over 50 weapons in the main game. And because it just feels so real when you're driving around or when civilians are walking, it's just so much fun when you just go rogue and you just start shooting everyone. Now in number 4, Space Marine 2 was in my top 5 best games of 2024, and this is one of the better third-person games you need to play. This is an incredible third-person shooting game. Why wouldn't you want to play as a strong, masculine, 8-foot flipping super soldier? Like, come on, who doesn't want to play this game?
Don't you want to play as that strong bald lady? What's that game you showed me again?
Are you trying to get me cancelled? Of course I do. You can play the game with 2 other friends, and I haven't tried that yet, but this would be so much fun going into battle with your friends. You have the operations mode, PvE, which you can do solo or again with 2 other friends, or you can play Eternal War PvP, which is 6v6 matches in 3 classic game modes: Annihilation, Seize Ground, and Capture and Control. And now, as of this video, I've just platinumed Stellar Blade. That is my 10th platinum trophy of the year, and my aim was to get 10. I am going to get some more game reviews out of newer games, but I think I'm going to get back to Space Marine 2 and enjoy that one over the holidays. Now in number 3, Helldivers 2 is one of the most addictive games when it comes to its gameplay. As soon as you start playing this game, and even though it took me a while to get back into the game, I'm just hooked on it again. They released a new Killzone Warbond, which it did get some backlash, and now you can get it for free. But of course this is so repetitive, but this is why it makes this game so good. It's just so flipping fun. And because it's a live service, yes, they need to continue updating it, making it interesting, but they are doing that. That's why I got back into the game with those new maps. You get these new zombie enemies, you get to ride cars. Now in number 2, I feel like this game is one of the most underrated. We just completed Returnal on stream the other day, and this was a game that didn't really appeal to me. So if it doesn't really appeal to you in terms of the gameplay, when you look at it, it doesn't look that fun. It looks more arcadey. Don't get me wrong, it does take a long time to get used to the game, to understand how it works, but once you do, this is some of the most addictive gameplay for a third-person shooter. Like, I didn't realize I put in over 50 hours of the game. I was like, how have I put 50 hours? That's when you know you're addicted to something. This is one of the better PS5 games out there, and yes, it took me a long time to understand on how the game works. You have to take your time within each biome. Make sure to get as many permanent upgrades as possible. Upgrade your health. Make sure to use your oblites. You know, the currency, the oblites. Make sure to use those on, like, for instance, the Spaceman figurine. Didn't realize that gives you an extra life, and that came in handy when I did die on a big boss. Make sure to upgrade your integrity of your suit, collect ether, make sure you get better weapons. I'm gonna do a review on this one. When you don't see progress in a game like this one, because death is part of the game, so when you just keep dying and dying and you're going back to the beginning, it can make you feel like you're wasting your time, but that is part of the progress. And once you understand that, where you explore every rooms, you upgrade, you get permanent upgrades, then you start to realize it starts to click, and then you start getting more and more better with each of these enemy types. Damn it! So number 1, you know I'm a sucker when it comes to zombie games, and that is why Days Gone is on this list. Because of the amount of hordes you get to kill in this game once you get used to it, there are so many hordes, and there are some that are so big. This game makes you feel the fear of these zombies, of you getting caught. And the gunplay is so smooth. It is such a smooth game. The shooting in this game was unbelievable. It was so satisfying. Now, you can only carry 3 weapons at a time: primary weapon, your sidearm, and your special weapons. You can upgrade them slightly by adding suppressors. They really do help out a lot. There isn't a lot in terms of upgrades, but there is a lot to do in the game, like taking down camps, taking down those damn newts, which are those stupid ass little kids. It might make some of you feel a bit uncomfortable.
He's been killing newts the whole game, or you've been killing newts. I found it uncomfortable.
It's a video game, and she complains that she feels uncomfortable killing child zombies. I know! I played that game about 3 times. I've platinumed it, and you might want to hold out for a remaster because it's been rumors and rumors that there's going to be some sort of remake or remaster probably about this game. I feel like this game does need a remaster. The most annoying thing I would say about the game is when you're going into cutscenes, it fades to black so much because they got rid of quite a lot of cutscenes in this game to make it shorter. That's what I read up online. That needs to change. I feel like it's just too long, and the loading screens and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of improvements need to be done in that game. Now, there are a few games I didn't mention just because they might not have made this list. Of course, I didn't list down Fortnite. Everyone knows Fortnite, but yes, I'm mentioning it now. I played a little bit here and there, and I've heard season 1 is amazing. Still haven't played it. I've been playing quite a bit here and there of Marvel Rivals. I just done a video on that. That's actually one of the better live service games, and it really flipping surprised me. Yes, I did most of the characters that did have guns, such as Black Widow, the Punisher. Well, that's about it. But there's also other heroes like Thor where I'm using my hammer. But there's so much variety in that game. That's one you need to check out. Of course, I didn't mention like the Mafia remastered because that's another fun third person. The shooting in that is so much fun. Man, we did that on stream actually. The one game I haven't mentioned is Hitman or Hitman 3. That is a game I've got and I haven't played. I know it's more of a stealth game because there's so much choice in that game on how you go about these levels. You don't have to play any of the first 2 to play Hitman 3 just because the story is literally you get hired to take out some targets. Hitman 3 is one on my list that we need to play. But I want to know what you think about this video and the games I have mentioned. What ones haven't you played? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. Well, let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video. I started playing Marvel Rivals. Shout out to D Mitch. I was definitely a skeptic of this one. Played it for the first time yesterday though and really enjoyed it. Easy to pick up, plenty of beloved characters to play. With that, provide a variety of gameplay, and most of all, it's free. Thank you for the comment, dude. And that's what I mean about Marvel Rivals. I know there was a lot of comments that were like, nah, it's dead, it's rubbish, but I actually enjoyed my time with it. I'm thinking I'm going to do a stream. I'm just trying to work out how I sort out the audio. I'd love to do a stream for Marvel Rivals and get as many of you on that game. There's so much variety, and I haven't even touched the surface of that game. Didn't realize that all of the characters are unlocked. If that was any other company, you'd think that you'd have 2 characters and you would have to unlock them. You're like, yeah, I can't be asked with this. But they do make money through the shop and the different variations of the characters you can get, like Thor Love and Thunder. I can see how it can get addictive. I'm not going to be spending any money. I still haven't spent any money on Fortnite. But anyways, I hope you have a great Christmas. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the gaming. That's the main thing. And I'm going to be enjoying myself with the family. They'll be downstairs and I'll be here in my games room. Woohoo!